All right, going into our sanitation, just to give you a little history, I think we've got some slides that we can put up, Andy. There you go, thank you. The first slide is the history. Currently we have 12 solid waste deposit sites or compactor sites. Most of those were built in the 1980s and early 1990s. They are manned by part-time staff with use of inmate labor. And we also operate a county C&D landfill, and we use paid staff and inmate labor to operate that landfill. Operating costs for the convenience centers, as you can see there, with salaries, overtime, tipping fees, gas, maintenance, janitorial, is about $455,554. Then just to look at some of these things, our compactors, next, Andy.
All right, back to that cost just a minute. How many years remain in the contract with the city of LaGrange on tipping fees?
On the tipping fees and then picking up our garbage, I think it's getting very close to running out. James, do you know the date of that?
I think we've got maybe 4 or 5 years left.
And that fee is
$26 per ton. $27. Okay, if you go to the pictures, just to show you the capital expenses we just really need to put into these centers is those are what our condition of some of our compactors. Next is some of our containers. As you can see, they're rusted and need replacing. We got a lot of drainage issues, and we're worried about environmental issues there as well as health issues, safety issues, those kind of things. So we need to take care of. Our pavement, as you can see, is totally breaking down. Those sites get a lot of leakage of a lot of things that really are disruptive to our asphalt, according to my engineer, who has a new haircut, by the way. You hadn't noticed. And then we have some erosion issues, as you can see in these slides. And then the next slide is some capital expenses that we just need to do if we want to continue to move forward with our convenience centers. We need to replace 12 compactors at $22,000 each, and 50 open tops at $4,000 each. We need to renovate and repair our infrastructure. We would like to make all these places very nice places to go and clean and make people want to use them and to recycle and to be very proud of what we have. And then if we operate 7 days a week, then instead of how we presently do it, it will be a total cost of $804,000. This would be about a $1.8 million total cost if you add all the capital as well as the other cost in. Of course, the capital cost we want to spread out over maybe $200,000 a year over a 5-year period to help ease the budget concerns we have there. And we know there's a lot of talk about our sanitation and how we go forward, and I think it's something that's very important to this community that we all come together and decide how we want to handle our sanitation over the next 10 to 15, 20 years. So my recommendation, and the staff has talked about this, we've looked at 7 or 8 different ways to handle sanitation. And what we would like to do is for each of you commissioners to set up a group of about 15 citizens that we would meet with the commissioner and those citizens and show them everything we've come up with and get input from them and see how this community wants to move forward with a sanitation program that we can all be proud of, whether it's doing the same thing we have now and enhancing it or doing it some other type of way. And then I've put these dates down, and obviously y'all can change these if you want to, if there's a conflict with one of y'all's schedule. But I'd like to do District 1 on May 13th. I think right here in this room would be better than upstairs. The same thing on May 14th for District 2, District 3 on May 16th, District 4 on May 20th, and District 5 on May 21st. And we could put together a PowerPoint presentation, talk about our issues, get input from our citizens, and I think we could, that would give us a good core of our citizens that could tell us how they feel, what they'd like to see, and give y'all a better idea of how we need to move forward with our sanitation in the years to come.
Todd, you're talking about having these district meetings in each commissioner's district with, say, 15 or so citizens.
Right.
How are we gonna, we pick the 15 citizens or so to come to that meeting, how are we gonna communicate and get the discussion or concerns, opinions, or whatever back out to the whole district in a whole?
What we would do is meet with all those 15, all those 5 meetings, compile all the results of that, and then come back at a work session and talk about what the ideas were, what the consensus was, if there is one, and give you the opportunity to have all that data in front of you. Plus the fact that you would be, each commissioner would be at their district's meeting, gathering the input from those citizens. Then, of course, those meetings will be open to anybody to come, but those 15 people would be the ones that are participating in this, because if you get 50, 60 people, you just really can't get anything accomplished.
Well, I agree with that, but the only thing I'm concerned about is getting it out to everyone, you know. Once you sit down,
We can put the results on the webpage.
On our website.
that'd be good. I just want to make sure it's available.
Yeah.
Todd, at this moment, and while the papers here, I would just like to invite folk from District 5 to come to the meeting, because most of my district is in the city. But then I got some outside of the city, so with the newspaper here and everybody listening, I'd just like to invite 15 citizens to come.
That's what I mean, you know, like Richard and I, our district, you know, we have people in the unincorporated area also.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I kind of hope y'all could get some people to call you and volunteer, and it would be good for you to get people that are not necessarily living in the city. I'm not saying exclude everybody from the city.
Well, that's what I want. I want to people in the unincorporated area.
Sure.
And I share that same sentiment with Commissioner Jones, because the people in the unincorporated area are the ones most directly affected by this issue, not the ones living in the city who have had garbage collection for about 40 years. That was mandatory. And I think it's a fair deal right here, what you got, Mr. Tindler. And I've also going to say this publicly, that I've said many a time through media outlets that I will hold a town hall meeting in my district for the people to come. As many that live in my district will be able to come to this, and the dates will be announced soon for that. So stand by and look at your local media outlets, and you'll see the dates and times. I promise the people in my district that, and I'll stand by it.
And you're gonna have PowerPoint, and you're gonna have several options for
Yeah,
people.
we'll throw all the options that we've all talked about. We've been talking about this issue for 4 or 5 years. There's a lot of ways to skin the cat. We just need input and see which way this community wants to move forward with sanitation.
Well, if you also, it goes back to when Chairman Thompson was chairman, so that goes back to this piece.
Everybody in concurrence with the plan?
Yes.
Very good.
How are the 15 people chosen?
Excuse me?
You have a whole bunch of people, how are the 15 people chosen?
They will be chosen by each individual commissioner.
I don't want to volunteer for third district.
Yeah, really?
You'll be taken into consideration. And let me say this, as far as my district is concerned, I'm not going to go handpick people who I think are in favor of this trash issue. I hope that the majority of the people that I pick are against it right now. I will present the facts to you and then let you decide, the voter, as to what you want. At the end of it all, I'm quite sure that I will vote what my people want in my district.
I ain't talked to a person that wants it out there where we live both.
Well, you hadn't had 300 people email you, I'm sure, in the last week either, have you?
I'm sure.
Thank you.
Next item.